Hello, fellow readers. I'm Ashley.
And I'm Jessica.
This is Series Sisters. All right. Hoot Nanny. What is a Hoot Nanny?
Is it a party?
I sure was a Hoot Nanny. Yeah, I think so. It's something.
Let's have an old hootin' nanny.
Why is it gotta be old?
An old.
Oh, O-L apostrophe.
Did you just see somebody crawl?
If there is a small child barrel rolling,
Okay.
you know, energy levels and all. How you doing?
I'm doing okay.
Cool.
Here, nothing. Got nothing in my brain. You're struggling today. She's being a bitch.
It's my turn to have a bad mood day.
Yeah.
Because,
Last time it was me.
yep. And now it's my turn.
Yeah.
So, I'm sorry.
It's okay. Used to it.
I'm never a bitch. That's a lie.
This is embarrassing. I was gonna tell you that Nora has a new book coming out
Oh, okay.
in May 2026. And I
Okay.
cannot remember what it was called.
God damn
Something about a Target.
it. She shops at Target.
No.
Let's see.
The other kind.
That's Noda. Nora's book in May. That was a terrible way to Google.
Yeah. Want to be more descriptive?
But we got it. The Final Target.
The Final Target. That's what
It is a thriller about a young author who becomes the target of an obsessive fan. That sounds fun.
Yeah.
Ooh,
So.
it's the final target.
Dum, dum.
Yes. It's a gripping story. Gripping. That's neat. I'm excited.
I just, I'm envious of authors like that can just put out all these books. How do you have that many ideas?
Yeah.
Because I
think
wouldn't even
once
be able
you
to
just
think of one.
once you just start writing, the characters they come to you.
But the whole storylines, because similar things happen. Like the whole recipe is very similar.
Yes.
I don't know, but it's different.
I know, and that's
Cool.
It's great.
I'm not a writer, so
Yeah,
I like it.
Be cool to be though, and you also have to have a level of confidence that I just don't have. But that's to do anything.
You're a good writer. I've read some of your stuff.
Thanks.
Yeah.
But it's hard to have the confidence, especially when you were made fun of constantly as a child.
Oh my gosh, you were made fun of the right amount for a little
It's
sister.
actually true. It's actually very true because I was. You're right, and I thank you genuinely for making fun of me as a child.
Okay.
Because kids these days don't get made fun of enough, and as an adult, I can't do it. But
You
they
need
really
somebody
don't.
to make fun of you.
Someone needs to make fun of
Yeah,
them.
because there are some things like with kids, you have to have that peer kind of teach them the social.
Yes, the social cues and
Yeah.
what's right. Yeah.
It can't come from the parent. It needs to be from peers.
Yeah. Yeah, so I can't make fun of my kids because that's called child abuse.
Well,
Depends to a degree.
What you're saying.
Because I
there.
already do. A little bit. But
I mean, you can give
it's
them.
mute. We razz each
I was
other.
going to say, you can razzle. Razzle dazzle.
Give them the old. Oh, again. I love that song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't stop singing that song.
Never can.
What?
Nothing.
Okay. This is the last
This is the last
installment
Yes. Yes, it is. And I'm
of
excited.
the Key of Light.
I read it to Josh last night. Just to make sure
Does
that
he like it?
he doesn't really
care
give
for
me
this.
anything.
Yeah.
He's like, cool.
Yeah.
Thanks,
man.
Thanks. Got it.
Okay. And then next week's me. Boo, 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 boo.
Yes. I'm excited to hear a new story.
For the wolf.
For it. When we're done with this one, you can tell us what we can expect.
Okay.
Okay. Are we ready to do this?
I am ready because I need some answers and what's the word?
Closure?
Thank you. I was going to say compilation. What? That is not right.
Things that then come to an end.
Just closure.
I know.
Okay.
I was trying to make it work.
Okay.
Okay.
Why are there so many kids running around loose?
I think they belong to one person. She's probably got shit to do. So,
Okay.
you know, you got to bring them if you got to bring them. Exactly. Okay. What happened in the last one? Do you remember? 'Cause,
I remember the 3 guys went up to Warriors Peak, without the girls, and that's not cool.
That's not cool.
And then Malory had a dream.
Yes.
With Cain.
Yes, she did.
But she chose to be in the real world rather than a dream.
Mm-hmm. It's only just a dream.
And then her and
travel back
fucking Flynn went to the art gallery to try and find the keys.
Mm-hmm.
No key.
No dice, Grandma.
Is that it? Pretty much?
Yeah.
All right. Give me more.
All right. Here we go, guys. The final one. I have to use a computer because, okay, I owned the book. Had no idea where the book was. So I had downloaded the ebook on the Libby app from the Lib. And I was using that, and then I let it get returned, and I was like, that's fine, I'll just recheck it out. And someone else did, which bravo, you know, maybe it was because of us we spoke to someone. In which case, it's okay, because I found the book and I finished it. But I didn't have time to type them and print them at work, so I don't do that. That's
at work.
Yeah, I don't do that. I work at work. Anyway, so it will be on the computer today, and I might have to do this a couple times. All right. Are you gonna rest your foot there on my knee? Ooh. Okay, here we go. Here. Ooh. Okay.
Go.
So
do it.
Flynn is in his office.
Okay.
Okay. He has. Are you uncomfortable? Would you like to get comfortable?
I'm good because I'm trying to remember to keep my legs together since I'm wearing a dress.
Oh, that's why I don't wear dresses, or if I do, I wear leggings underneath because there's no way in hell I'm keeping them together.
It was too hot. It wasn't, but I'm hot flashing.
You're hottin'. You're hottin'.
Hottin'.
It's a verb. Okay. Flynn's in his office still.
Okay.
He has his door shut, so you know he means business. He has a column idea that's been floating around in his head. What is an artist? Were artists only those who created Were artists only those who created what was perceived as beautiful or the shocking? Those who formed some piece of work that delivered a visceral punch in painting or music or literature? If so, did that make the rest of the world nothing more than an audience? Passive observers whose only contribution was applause or criticism? What became of the artist without the audience? So, since looking through the gallery with Malory, she'd kind of become a loner. She's like she's being by herself. She's not talking to anyone. So he wants to write an article or a column to show her how much she means to him and that she cares. So he goes on to say in the article about how just because you don't make physical art doesn't mean you're not an artist, essentially is what he's saying. Like a single mother is an artist in her own right, or anyone who you don't have to have an audience per se.
So he's trying to make her feel better that she's an artist even though she's not painting.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
Well, that's nice of him.
Yes, I know.
For Flynn.
I know. While he's doing this, and he's real deep in thought, one of his oldest employees comes in. Her name's Rhoda. She interrupts him to bitch about how her pieces keep getting cut. And they have a little tiff when Rhoda keeps bringing up the fact that she's known him since he was a baby, when his mother ran the paper, and his mother never treated her like this and cut her pieces. And so finally he was like, listen, man, if you don't want to be working under me, then you can just leave. Otherwise, write better and I won't have to cut your shit. So she walks out and like sits at her desk and just kind of stares. She tries to cry. I mean, she cries, but she uses it as manipulation. She can make herself cry to get people to feel bad for her.
Yeah.
But it won't work in this case.
He doesn't have a heart.
Give a shit right now. Flynn has to escape work for a bit, and he meets up with Jordan and Brad at the local diner. He orders his usual burger, but then he looks at it and feels bad about being such a creature of habit. So he trades for Brad for his sandwich. I have to readjust. Excuse me.
Readjust.
There. Thank you. That was beautiful.
Thank you.
So he trades Brad for his sandwich. Flynn is currently having an identity crisis.
It's always about Flynn.
Yes. He asks the men, is it weird to have never moved away from your hometown? And no. What?
No, a lot of people don't.
That's normal. He was always indifferent about where he was living. He was like, yeah, I could move. I'm not going to really put roots down. I can go anywhere. But since he met Malory, that's a changing. And Jordan walks him through this made-up quiz with questions like, how's the sex? Have you cooked for her? Look at your life in the next 5 years. Is she there? Anyway, they come to the conclusion that yes, he does love Malory. And he says, what if I'm not ready? And Brad says, tough luck.
Too bad, because it's happening.
Too bad. So sad. What's that from? Can't hardly wait. You are far too fine to look so sad.
Yes. Oh, man.
What a good movie.
That was a good one.
Okay, they step out of the diner and they go their separate ways. Brad spots Zoe driving.
What is that for?
He says it's not exactly stalking if he just happens to hop in his car and go the same direction.
Why do all these men think that?
He could hardly help Flynn if he didn't know the women he was connected to. So now he's following Zoe. Zoe pulls into the driveway of her new place, and she's annoyed that Brad is right behind her. She asks him if he was following her, and he says, Flynn's worried about Malory. I saw you, and I thought you'd be able to tell me something about her. How she's doing. Not just something about her.
Just tell me
anything about Malory. Zoe says that she had stopped by Malory's earlier, and she had looked tired and a little down on herself. Brad helps Zoe carry some items inside, but instead of leaving after he does that, Zoe's annoyed that he stays, and he's looking around, and he's like pointing out things they should do to the place, how they should renovate, and what they should use, different kinds of wood. And she's annoying. How dare this man think that she can't do something just because she's a woman? And so she says, well, she's also a little classist, which is fair, I think. Brad has family money.
Oh, yeah.
He don't know struggles.
Yeah.
Okay. But she says, I'm sorry. I'm sure you have some nice qualities since you're friends with Flynn, but you and I have nothing in common. So I'm going to clear this up and then we can move on. I'm not going to have sex with you. And he says, and baby says, we have more in common than you seem to think, starting with a circle of friends. I'm willing to help you and Malory and Dana with this place and the renovations. And none of you have to have sex with me in return. Though if the three of you wanted to get together and organize a nice, tasteful orgy. Tasteful. I'm not going to say no. Meanwhile, I'll let you get back to work. And then he walks away. But right when he's like leaving the house, he hollers up to her and says, oh, by the way, Homemakers is having a sale on wall treatments next month. And Zoe's so mad because she's like, I have to ask when. But she didn't want to have to ask when. But finally she's like, when next month? Anyway, later, Zoe drops Simon off at his friend's. And she goes to Malory's because she's going to have a grown-up sleepover.
Aww.
And Dana will be there too. All three.
Will she?
She will.
Okay.
It's the three women. And Malory is at her house awaiting her guests. She's getting ready. She knows that her new friends are worried about... Okay, I have to hold this because this is just weird. She knows that her new friends are worried about her. And the fact that she has refused to admit that she needs a change. Like, everything around her is changing, but she's not changing with it. She wasn't usually a loner, but had Why can't I speak? She wasn't usually a loner, but had taken on some lonerish qualities lately. Malory gets ready. By the time Dana shows up, she has cheese and fruit and fancy crackers set out. Candles are lit and music is set on low. Apparently, I don't know why it's so fancy. Here's a bag of chips, guys. Come on. Zoe eventually makes her own entrance, and she tells the other two about stopping by their new place and running into Brad. Then she asks Dana what Brad's story is. Dana calls him a golden boy with a social conscience. Star athlete, honor student, but not a nerd. Dana's like, are you interested? Are you? And Zoe's like, no. The only man I want in my life is Simon. The ladies chit-chat for a bit, and then Zoe finally gets up the nerve, and she tells them that she's had thoughts about the keys and why they were chosen. She tells them how the Celtic gods are more earthier and into nature than, like, the Greek or Roman gods. The Celts seem to be more like wizards or have some sort of magical power. So Zoe thinks that the three of them are witches and they just have untapped power, and that's why they were chosen.
That would be cool.
It would be cool. So she bought some things that they could, give it a try with. She brought ritual candles, incense, crystals, and
Ouija board.
a Ouija board. Now, I'm going to take a moment here.
Uh-oh.
To discuss Ouija boards. Now, I don't know what y'all think, but it was literally made to be a game, okay? There's nothing scary about a fucking Ouija board. It does not open a portal to anything.
Says you.
Says me. Says, come the fuck on. What it is it is a tool. Just like dowsing rods or a pendulum. It is a tool to be used in a divination fashion.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's not necessarily...
That's not evil.
No, it's not evil.
Yeah.
That's my point.
Yeah.
Everyone thinks it's evil. Even when so it's made as a game. Even when Hasbro? Is that who does it? Milton?
I don't know.
Milton Bradley?
Might be Hasbro.
It might have moved
Is
to Hasbro.
Guys who make the gummy bears?
That's Haribo.
Oh.
I was like, oh shit, is it? I want some gummy bears. Anyway, they made a whole set of pink ones and they were selling them at they wanted to bring it back as a fun party game for slumber parties or whatever. So they made a whole bunch of pink ones and sold them at Toys R Us, and they were on the shelves for not very long before they had to take them all off because people complained because it was a tool for evil. It's not a tool for evil, which is why when you do it, it's not necessarily an energy pushing the shit around.
Mm-hmm.
It is you pushing it, but you're using your intuition. Let go of your mind. So it's better to use questions that can be corroborated later on down the line. Uh-huh. Don't do anything that you know or that the person knows, because then it could be either of you pushing the fucking thing.
Right. Yeah.
You need to ask a question that you don't necessarily know the answer to yet. Mm-hmm. So then, anyway, that's all I have to say about Ouija boards. So what do you think about them?
I think they're not evil. You can just use them to communicate.
Yeah, or just have fun.
Yeah.
It's a game.
Especially when you're a 12-year-old girl at a sleepover, or boy, maybe. Yeah. I don't know, did they do the Ouija board thing?
The light as a feather, stiff as a board. I think that was more girls. They were too busy playing with sticks and destroying shit. But I'm sure there were some dudes that were into it.
Because I did one, in middle school.
Yeah.
A sleepover. I don't know.
It's so
Nothing
fun.
crazy
I think
happened.
I owned one. We should buy one.
Okay, we'll get one. We'll do a Ouija board. We gotta find a haunted place, somewhere where we feel.
You want to go to the cemetery?
Now I do. All right.
Okay.
We're gonna do it.
Let's take a turn. Okay. Anyway.
But you also, I think, when you do it, if you do communicate with somebody, you have to
there's more
and
involved.
the conversation.
Yes.
You can't
Oh,
just,
yes.
like,
Don't leave it
put
up in the air.
Yeah.
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 Like, thank you. Usually it's like, that's when you do, it's not necessarily the board that, if you want to call it a portal, it's not a portal. But
No.
if you, like, make a circle and invite terrible things in, you're literally, then at that point, it's you. You're inviting the bad shit in.
Mm-hmm.
So knock it off. I poked myself really hard. Okay. Sorry for my tangent about Ouija boards. So Zoe brought one, and Dana's really excited because at a slumber party when she was younger, they'd used one and had a blast. So she's like, we're using that first, 100%. So they drink a little bit of wine and get silly. And Zoe grabs her reference book. She makes a magic circle out of candles around them. Then she instructs Malory to call on the ones behind the curtain for guidance. So Malory closes her eyes, waits 10 seconds, and begins to speak. We call on the denizens, Dana tells her to use that word because it sounds fancier, behind the curtain of dreams to aid and guide us in our quest. I am one of the chosen, one of the seekers of the key. Time is short. I ask you to show me the way to the key so that we can free the souls of Dana. No pushing the pointer. I almost said no pointing the pointer. She accuses Dana. And Dana's like, I swear I'm not pushing it. And then the flames of the candles shoot up really high. And the pointer jerks and spells out the words, your death. Malory gasps. And then the room fills with light and wind. She hears someone scream and a form comes out of the air. The Ouija board shatters as if made of glass. And the form that takes place is Rowena. And she scolds them for opening a door to things they cannot understand or defend against. And then she asks for a glass of wine.
Is she really there?
Yeah.
Oh, so she just appeared?
She showed up because they're fucking asking for help. And she sensed it because she's magical.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, guys, if I got this, anyone could have gotten this message. You don't know what you're inviting.
Mm-hmm.
They all thank Rowena for coming when she did so that Kane didn't show up and mess things up. And they invite her to hang out with them for a bit. And she happily accepts. So they sit around together and they talk about men and love and hair and kids.
Aww.
And before Rowena leaves, she offers Malory a pale blue stone to put under her pillow so that she can have a restful sleep. And then she leaves. What'd you think?
I just thought, like, start doing that to people, like giving them a little stone. I need you to have a
You know what? Sleep. Placebo effect is real, and that shit might work. If you can dream it, you can do it, you know? At bedtime, Zoe and Dana fall asleep easily, and Malory tosses and turns. I was like, ugh, I don't want to do this. I can't sleep. So then she remembers Stony. So she puts Stony. She puts it under her pillow, falls right to sleep, and wakes up rested and wonderful in the morning. She feels great. She then reaches her hand under her pillow to grab the stone again, and it has disappeared.
You only get one.
Everybody gets one. Maybe in her sleep she might have ate it. But then Malory has a thought. Maybe I should look at Flynn's for the key. She kind of, once she gets there, she goes on to why she thinks that. Excuse me. So she goes to his office and tells him about the Ouija board incident, which he was mad at her for doing that. And she's like, well, yeah, it's done. Like, I can't fucking change it now.
Oh, my God.
And she asks for his house key. He reluctantly gives it because he's like, you're going to look through my stuff. That's weird. But she's like, I don't care if you got nudie magazines.
Nudie magazines.
She tells him that she'll make sure she's still there when he gets home from work. That's a big wink. It was very wet.
It's a wet wink.
Give me that wet wink. Changed it. She gets to his house and she's thinking. The paintings reflected moments of change and of destiny. Certainly her life had changed when she'd fallen for Flynn, and this was Flynn's house. hadn't he said he'd bought it when he'd accepted his destiny? His destiny? Sorry, I don't know why I said it like that. She started in the living room, and she started with like the couch. She was searching the ugly couch, and she noticed a lot of crumbs. So then she decides, I'm going to clean as I go. So she's cleaning the house as she's looking for the key. This woman. Mallory remembers in the dream she had both started and ended it upstairs. Maybe that meant something. In the dream, there had been beauty. So remember the big three: beauty, knowledge, and courage. They need to be there. It's because beauty for art, knowledge for the bard, the sisters, and then courage for the warrior. So these traits, the key will be somewhere where these traits are.
Okay.
So she's really like thinking about that.
Okay.
Beauty, love, home, and art. Then the knowledge, she's remembering the dream, that it was an illusion. And finally, the courage to break that illusion. Maybe that was part of it. And love would forge the key. Well, she loved Flynn. She accepted that she loved him. So where was the key? Mallory came up short in her search. So she decided to do something ordinary while she knew she was on the right track. So she's like, I need to do something like tedious, some task to help me think. So she makes him dinner. Flynn gets home and he finds Mallory in the kitchen cooking meatloaf. I love meatloaf. Without the ketchup. I don't want ketchup. Ketchup can fuck
Meatloaf's
off.
gross.
Meatloaf is delicious.
I don't like ground up meat
In a loaf form.
being loaved.
It's just like a meatball. It's just in a
I
loaf
don't like
form.
meatballs.
Okay, well, you're wrong. Flynn loves seeing Mallory in an apron.
Oh my god, of course he does.
He kisses her, but this time it was nice. He didn't just grab her and fucking kiss her. He came up slow.
Hey.
Hey there, I'm gonna kiss you. He tells her that she was bitching because he doesn't have anything in his house. Mm-hmm. Like, she had to go to the store and buy all the food. She had to buy utensils and pot holders, and she was irritated. So he tells her that if she makes a list of stuff that he should have, he would get it. During her cleaning and cooking, she had actually made such a list because she's a list maker. Mm-hmm. So she just gives it to him. He flips through it, noting that items are listed under specific headings like foodstuffs and cleaning supplies.
Oh.
He finds the list and the woman irresistible.
Oh, well, at least he's into that.
I guess. They serve up the meatloaf and dine. While they eat, they discuss how Mallory has been dragging her feet with a new business endeavor. She says, I had a vision for the property. As soon as I walked into the house, I could see how it would work, what it needed from me, and what I could bring to it. And I haven't been back since. It's like she's scared of the commitment of it. Mm. But she's decided that she's going to change her tune and she's going to do what she needs to do. She tells Flynn also that Zoe had asked her to go through the stuff in the attic. The previous owners had left a bunch of junk, and Zoe wanted her to go through it before she got rid of it all.
It's probably up there. Sorry if that's a spoiler, but it's... Go ahead.
Flynn offers to help her go through it, and she's like, oh, I'm so glad you asked. I wanted you to ask. Once they're finished with their food, Mallory stands up and they go in the living room and she's telling him how he needs to redecorate.
Okay, Mallory, whatever.
They end up on the couch and they bone.
Doing it.
They bone so hard.
So hard.
So hard. While they're snuggling after the sexing,
mm-hmm.
Flynn tells her that he knows there's been a lot of changes recently for her, but he has something to say that might add a few more changes and he hopes that it's okay. It's about Lily. And at first she's like, I don't want to fucking hear about Lily while we just did it and we're laying here. Mm-hmm. And he's like, no, it's not like that. Let me tell you what I have to say. Lily was the longest adult relationship he'd had. We heard a noise. And then I did that. He thought they were in love with each other, but she didn't love him. Or if she did, that love had specific requirements. Flynn mentions how he had asked himself if he'd ever really imagined a life with Lily. All he'd imagined with her was just them being able to live together and get the jobs that they wanted. It was more focused on the jobs, not an actual life. He says, I've known you less than a month. On a lot of basic points, we come at it from opposite angles, but I can see my life with you, the way you can look through a window and see a little world. I can see how it would be a year from now or 20 years from now with you and me and what we make. And then he tells her he loves her.
That's nice.
Isn't that
Good job,
sweet?
Flynn.
I know. Good job, Nora. Right? Romantic bitch. The next day, Malory is sitting on the porch with Dana and Zoe at the new place. They're telling them about how Flynn told her he loved her. Aww. And Zoe, tears up and says it's so romantic. Malory also apologizes to them for the way that she's been lately and not helping with things with the new place, and tells them she promises that she's just... You don't know what I'm saying? She promises she's a changed woman. Good God. It's something about holding this. It's like
you can't.
My brain does not understand the words. So it starts to rain and storm, cloud up, get gross. So they go in the house and they're like, fine, let's start in the attic. So as Malory begins to climb the steps, her heart starts to pound like a fist against her ribs. And she whispers, this is the place. Malory's like, what place? And she says, the place from my dream. This is the house. How could I be so stupid not to realize? Beauty, knowledge, and courage. That's the three of us. That's this place. In the dream, that was my fantasy. Where she had all the paintings, it was in this house. Okay. It was my idea of perfection, so it had to be my place. The key is here. It's in this house.
I was going to say, in her dream, was she at Flynn's house?
She was at Flynn's house at the beginning and at the end, so when they're doing the family stuff. But when she was just painting and had all of her artwork, she was in this house.
Okay.
In the next instant, after she says all this, she's alone. All of a sudden, she's by herself. The staircase behind her fills with a thin blue light. It rolls... No, it doesn't.
It rolls?
It's a light, but it's also a mist. I forgot to write that part.
Okay.
It rolls towards her till she's ankle deep in the mist. She calls out, but there's only an echo. The word run is playing in her mind over and over. So she starts to walk toward the front door, but then she realizes... To run.
Yeah.
But then she realizes, no, he wants me to feel this way, so I'm not going to let him win.
Okay.
Instead, she pushes his buttons and she yells, you're not going to make me run. I know who I am. I know where I am. And you're not going to make me run. The key was there and she meant to find it. He meant to stop her. Trying to push Cain's buttons again, she continues talking. It must be lowering to pit yourself against a mortal woman, wasting your power and skill on someone like me. I'm sorry I said it like that. I was thinking of Beauty and the Beast. You honestly think she'd want you when she had someone like me?
Me.
Pushing his buttons worked, so an angry red glow is now colliding with the blue mist. Malory realizes that she can see a door through it, so she goes up to the door and realizes it's the door to the attic. She plunges her hand through the fog and clamps her fingers around the glass doorknob. A welcome flood of warmth pours over her, and she opens the door and begins to walk up to the attic like this.
Okay.
Outside, Flynn is driving in this storm. He's headed towards them so he can help them clean out the attic, because this was the plan.
Okay. Because he's not just showing up.
Right. This time there was a plan.
Okay.
Yes. Mo, of course, is with him. He's in the fucking backseat whining.
Aww.
And Flynn's like, we can't see in this rain. It's windy. It's pushed him off the road. So he's like, maybe we should pull over. He starts to pull over, but then his guts say, I got shit. No, they say, hey man, something's wrong. You better get over to that house.
Okay.
So he's like, I can't. And so he drives. He continues. I'm just going to tell the story, apparently, without reading what I've written. He gets there and he's relieved because he sees all their cars. So he's like, good, they're not out driving in the storm. And he turns around and he tells the dog, you can either pull yourself together and come with me, or you can stay here quivering. And then he gets out of the car. Flynn's relief goes away when he notices the heart of the storm was over the house. There's like, it's just directly above the house, clouds roiling. As he watches, lightning strikes the lawn and leaves the grass black. Then he gets out of the car. He hadn't got out of the car yet. He then gets out of the car, and the wind like pushes him back, and he's trying to fight through it, and he makes it to the front door, but the door is locked. So he bangs on it with his foot and eventually breaks it, and he gets in. And right away, he's terrified because Mo presses up against his leg. Mo apparently had decided he's going to come with him.
Okay.
But Mo begins to growl and charges up the stairs.
Uh-oh.
Flynn sprints after him, but then all of a sudden, he's back in his office. And Rhoda's there, and she's telling him, hey, if I'm going to do a decent job covering the foliage festival, then I need the front page of the Weekender section. And Flynn's just standing there, standing with coffee. His ears are ringing, and he says, this is bullshit. I'm not here, and neither are you. And she's like, how dare you talk to me that way? Blah, blah, blah. She starts hollering. So he tells her to kiss his ass, and he throws the whole coffee cup and all in her face. She screams, and yeah, she screams, and he's back in the house. It was just
like a weird.
Kane was trying to distract him so that he couldn't get to Malory.
Okay.
He comes back, and Mo's still barking, so he's following the dog, and the dog leads him to Dana. And Dana's panicking because she can't find the other two. She explains that she was at work, but not really, so the same thing happened to her. She heard Mo barking, and that's what brought her back to the present. Flynn tries to tell Dana to wait for him in the car, but she's like, are you fucking serious? No, I'm going with you. And so he says fine, and he takes her hand, and they continue through the house. Malory was afraid, but she was determined not to give in. She could see her breath, and that helped her stay in the present. The attic was a long, wide room with 2 windows at either end, but she recognized it. In her dream, there had been skylights and generous windows. Her paintings had been stacked against the walls. It was dank now and cold, but she could see it. As she imagined it, the room began to transform into what she remembered. Malory walks toward the waiting canvas that is sitting on an easel. What she intended to paint today required passion.
Okay.
As she paints, she's talking aloud. And she's like in her little hazy world. Kane says, or she says, it's nice. This is always her dream, to have the talent and the vision. And Kane says, well, now you have it. He tells Malory that it was wise she finally chose his path. And now she needs to paint her world as she wishes. So basically, paint, whatever you paint is what you will have in this little world. He then makes some comment about how what all mortals really want is wealth and glory. And Malory tells him that
Amen.
most of them. Malory tells him that she needs to concentrate, so he quiets so she can finish, and he allows her to paint. Flynn is hitting the attic door, but it won't budge. He grips the knob again, prepared to ram it, but the knob all of a sudden turns easily in his hand. Flynn sees Malory and rushes to her, but he's stopped by an invisible barrier. Zoe, who they must have found on the way upstairs, but they don't mention it, she says, I don't think she can hear us. Mo tries to bite at the barrier. Obviously, he's unsuccessful. Flynn begins talking to Malory through the mist, telling her how much he loves her and that she has to beat it so that they can see where this thing's gonna go.
Mm-hmm.
On the other side, Malory is like, do you hear something? And Kane says, nope. He doesn't really say like that. I don't hear nothing. Just the wind. She continues painting, and then once she's done, she says, it's the finest thing I've ever done or probably will do. I wonder what you'll think of it. As he steps forward to look, she continues talking. Light and shadow, in looking within and without. From within me to without. She's remembering the the helpful thing that
Okay.
Rowena told her at the beginning. So, from within me to without onto the canvas, when my heart speaks, what my heart speaks, I call it the singing goddess. It was her face she painted, her face on the first daughter of glass. She stood in a forest full of sparkling gold light, softened by green shadows, with the river sliding over rock like tears. Remember that? They say like silver tears where she sings, whatever. Her sisters sat on the ground behind her, their hands clasped. Venora, the first sister, carries her harp, and with her face lifted toward the sky, you could almost hear the song she sang. To Cain, Malory says, "Did you think I would settle for cold illusion when I have a chance for the real thing? Do you think I'd trade my life and her soul for a dream? You underestimate mortals." And Cain is mad.
She tricked him.
She did trick him. Malory reaches into the painting, in it, and grabs the key that she had painted at the bottom of the goddess's feet.
Ooh.
The mist dissipates and Cain fades away. The others rush toward Malory as the painting, too, disappears, but the key remains in her hand. Malory's like, "You have to take me to Warrior's Peak immediately." So on the drive up there, she's explaining all of what happened. She tells Flynn that she had heard him talking, but she had to keep up the ruse so that he didn't know. They make it to the peak, and Rowena greets them with tears in her eyes. They enter the house, and Rowena tells... I don't know why I yelled that. Rowena tells Malory that she's the first to ever have found a key. Nobody has ever found any keys, ever. Malory... No, wait! Pitt walks to a carved chest and opens the lid. He lifts from... I hope so. It's a bust. He lifts from the chest a glass box alive with light. Malory stands between Rowena and Pitt as she turns the key in the lock. Once turned, the key dissolves in her fingers, and now only 2 locks remain on the chest. Dana asks if they will now pick who goes next, but Rowena's like, "We have a couple days till the next moon. Let's celebrate, and then we'll choose at a later date." Everyone goes into the parlor for champagne, but Rowena takes a private word with Malory. Rowena again thanks her and offers her a gift. The gift is the ability to be able to paint like she always wanted. However, Malory understands that what she's doing is Rowena is gifting her own ability to Malory.
So Rowena won't have it anymore.
Correct.
Okay.
So Malory refuses. She's like, I appreciate it, but I can't take that. But she does ask about emotions. She says that she knows her feelings for Flynn. Her feelings are real, but she doesn't know if his feelings are real or if they're also a gift. And Rowena assures her that she tells her when he walks in here, she's not going to do anything. I mean, obviously, because he really loves her. But she tells her when he walks in here, what he feels or doesn't feel will be his true heart. So she leaves and Flynn comes in. That's it. No. And he comes in and Malory starts to talk. She tells him that she knows it's been a lot this month and she understands if blah, 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 but he interrupts her and says, "You better not be about to tell me that you don't love me anymore because you're stuck with me and my sloppy dog."
Aww.
And then everyone's leaving Warrior's Peak. Pitt and Rowena watch them go. Rowena says, "Beauty prevailed. Now knowledge and courage will be tested. There's so little really that we can do to help, but these mortals are strong and clever." Pitt calls them odd creatures, and then they step back into the house and close the door. And that is the end.
Aww.
Did you cry?
No. Did you?
No, I didn't actually.
Oh, well. I like it.
Mm-hmm.
Did you read the other 2?
At some point. I don't really remember what happens.
Okay.
Yeah, I know. A friend, she got mad. She was like, "You guys just do the first book?" And I said, "Yeah." And then she's like, "But I read the books, but I don't remember what happened. But I don't want to have to read them again."
So do the rest of them.
Like, I know.
If we had more time,
I know.
we could have some bonus books or something.
Bony books.
Bony books. What'd you guys think?
How many souls would you give it?
Oh.
Keys is too obvious.
Yeah. How many souls? Six.
Oh, okay. Not bad.
Mm-hmm.
I give it a 7 just because I know more.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't like the men thing. I was thinking more about that. About how you asked me, is that a common theme? And depending on the genre of romance, I think it is.
It wasn't like that in the one Nora Roberts year one or something.
Well,
like that.
that was
different.
Well, maybe, yeah.
I don't remember the men being so.
Well, it was a different setting.
Yeah,
I think that might have helped because there was only like the one man, remember, because there was the pandemic and
no, but then everybody fell in love.
Well, eventually, that's true. She pairs them up. That's a really good one, guys. I started to read it like the year of COVID, and I had to stop because it was too close to home at the beginning, anyway. But I eventually read it. It's good. Yeah. So the end.
Awesome.
And we get to start Jessica's book next time. Tell us about it.
What? I don't know how much detail to tell.
Not too much.
Okay.
But...
Well, it's called For the Wolf.
Okay.
By Hannah Witten. I have not read the second one because I just read this first one for the first time. It's good. And I really like the way she writes. There is some romance, but it was tolerable for me.
Which means there's probably not much at all. It's like, oh, he looked at her from across the room and they smiled.
No.
Did they hold hands?
Yeah. And they do make the love. But it's tasteful. And it doesn't, it's like implied.
Oh, okay.
It's not like detailed.
It's not like, okay,
sex.
I'm not going to say it, yeah.
It is, there's a lot of characters.
Okay, so I'm going to be confused.
So there's the main characters and then a story that you need to know from history with a bunch of characters. So we might have to do another genogram.
Another whiteboard time.
So we'll see.
Cool.
But I thought it was good.
There's only 2 books in that one, right?
That I'm aware of, yes.
Okay. Cool. Cool beans.
Yeah. Well,
do the things on social media.
Yeah.
You know.
Subscribe on YouTube. Tell your friends.
Yeah, because
even
cool
if you don't like us,
quit our jobs. So let's do this, guys.
The end.
Okay.
All right. Thank you. Bye.
Love you.